In 1984, Gremlins captivated audiences with its blend of dark humor and creature mayhem. The film launched the careers of young stars like Zach Galligan, who played the well-meaning Billy Peltzer, and Phoebe Cates, his charming love interest Kate Beeringer. Veteran actors such as Hoyt Axton as the quirky inventor father and Kai Luke as the mysterious Mr. Wing added depth to the story. Howie Mandel's voice brought the adorable Gizmo to life, while Frank Welker provided the menacing growls of Stripe and the other Gremlins. Where are these actors now for decades later? Let's see. Zach Galligan as Billy Peltzer. Zach Galligan was 20 years old when he portrayed Billy Peltzer, the protagonist of Gremlins. Billy is a young man who receives a mogwai named Gizmo as a pet, leading to unintended chaos when the creature spawns mischievous gremlins. Galligan's performance captured the essence of an everyman thrust into extraordinary circumstances. Following the success of Gremlins, he reprised his role in the 1990 sequel, Gremlins 2: The New Batch. Over the years, Gallagan continued to act in various film and television projects, including the horror comedy Waxwork and its sequel. In 2021, he appeared in a Mountain Dew commercial alongside Gizmo, delighting fans with a nostalgic nod to the original film. He also lent his voice to the animated series Gremlins: Secrets of the Mogwai in 2022, further cementing his association with the franchise. Now 61, Gallagan remains active in the entertainment industry and frequently participates in fan conventions and retrospectives celebrating the enduring legacy of Gremlins. Phoebe Cates as Kate Beeringer. At just 21, Phoebe Cates charmed audiences as Kate Beeringer, the smart and loyal girlfriend of Billy Peltzer in Gremlins. Her character wasn't just a love interest. Kate showed bravery and wit, especially in the face of the terrifying chaos brought on by the Gremlins. Kate's balanced innocence with grit, and her performance helped make the film a classic. Before Gremlins, she gained attention for her breakout role in Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Her natural screen presence made her a beloved star of the 1980s. However, in the mid-1990s, she stepped away from the spotlight to focus on her family. She married Academy Award-winning actor Kevin Kline in 1989, and the couple has 2 children, Owen Kline, a filmmaker whose movie Funny Pages premiered in 2022, and Greta Kline, better known as indie musician Frankie Cosmos, who marked 10 years since her debut album in 2024. Now 61, Phoebe Cates runs a boutique called Blue Tree on New York's Madison Avenue, combining her fashion sense with her love for art and design. Though no longer acting, she remains a cherished figure in pop culture and occasionally appears at special events or interviews celebrating her iconic roles. Hoyt Axton as Randall Peltzer. Hoyt Axton was 46 when he played Randall Peltzer, the quirky inventor and loving father in Gremlins, whose curious purchase of Gizmo sparks the film's unforgettable adventure. Axton's warm, down-to-earth presence brought a sense of heart and humor to the story, making Randall a fan favorite. But long before his role in Gremlins, Axton was already a celebrated folk and country singer-songwriter. He wrote hits like Joy to the World and Never Been to Spain, showcasing his storytelling ability through music. He inherited his musical roots from his mother, Mae Boren Axton, who co-wrote Elvis Presley's Heartbreak Hotel. Axton's deep, gravelly voice and folksy charm made him a natural fit for both the screen and stage. He appeared in several films and TV shows throughout the 70s and 80s while continuing to tour and record music. Married several times, he had a son named Matthew. Sadly, health issues led to his early death in 1999 at age 61. Today, Hoyt Axton is remembered not only for his role in Gremlins, but also as a multifaceted artist who made a lasting impact on both music and film. Cory Feldman as Pete Fontaine. At just 13, Cory Feldman portrayed Pete Fontaine in Gremlins, the curious and lively friend of Billy, who's among the first to encounter the adorable mogwai, Gizmo. Feldman's youthful energy added humor and charm to the film. Already a rising star, Feldman quickly became one of the most recognizable child actors of the 1980s with standout roles in The Goonies, Stand By Me, The Lost Boys, and License to Drive. Born in California, Cory grew up in a showbiz family. His younger sister, Mindy Feldman, was also a child actress. Despite early fame, Feldman faced personal struggles and industry challenges. Now 53, he continues acting and has built a parallel career in music, performing with his band and releasing multiple solo albums. He's also an outspoken advocate for protecting child actors from abuse, drawing from his own difficult experiences in Hollywood. Feldman has one son from a previous relationship and has been married multiple times. Through ups and downs, he remains a passionate voice for justice and creativity. Dick Miller as Murray Futterman. At 55, Dick Miller brought comic charm and a touch of paranoia to the role of Murray Futterman, the eccentric neighbor in Gremlins known for his distrust of foreign gadgets. A beloved character actor, Miller was a frequent collaborator with director Joe Dante, appearing in films like The Howling, Matinee, and Gremlins 2. Over his 6-decade career, Miller became a cult icon, known for his everyman presence and ability to shine in both horror and comedy roles. He famously played Walter Paisley in multiple films, a nod that became a running joke among fans and filmmakers. Born in New York, he served in the U.S. Navy before moving to Los Angeles to pursue acting. Miller was married to Laney Miller for over 60 years, and the couple had one daughter. He continued acting into his 80s, with his final screen appearance in 2015. He passed away in 2019 at age 90, remembered fondly by fans and fellow actors alike. Howie Mandel as voice of Gizmo. At 29, Howie Mandel lent his distinctive voice to Gizmo, the lovable Mogwai in Gremlins, giving the character a sweet and innocent charm that capture hearts worldwide. Although best known for his stand-up comedy and improvisational skills, voicing Gizmo showcased Mandel's talent for bringing animated characters to life. After Gremlins, he rose to greater fame as the host of Deal or No Deal and later as a long-standing judge on America's Got Talent, where his humor and honesty made him a fan favorite. Born in Toronto, Mandel is married to Terry Mandel, his high school sweetheart, and they have 3 children, Jackie, Alex, and Riley. Mandel has been open about his struggles with OCD and ADHD, helping to raise awareness about mental health. Now 69, he continues to perform stand-up, explore digital innovations like holographic comedy shows, and engage with audiences across platforms. His legacy spans decades in both comedy and entertainment. Jonathan Banks as Deputy Brent Fry. Jonathan Banks, who was 41 when he played Deputy Brent Fry in Gremlins, brought a mix of toughness and dry humor to the role of the small-town cop caught up in the gremlin chaos. Although his appearance was brief, his performance added to the film's charm. Known for his commanding presence, Banks went on to have a distinguished career, particularly in television. He is best known for his iconic role as Mike Ehrmantraut in Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul, which solidified his reputation as a master of subtle, intense performances. Born in Washington, D.C., Banks was married to Denise Banks, with whom he has 2 children, including a son, named after him. Aside from acting, Banks has been involved in voice work for animated series. Now 76, he continues to act in both film and TV, often taking roles that play to his strengths in drama and action. Judge Reinhold as Gerald. Judge Reinhold was 27 when he played Gerald, the bumbling bank teller in Gremlins, whose interactions with Billy and his growing concerns about the chaos caused by Gizmo and the Gremlins added humor to the film. Reinhold's affable, slightly nervous demeanor made him a perfect fit for the role. After Gremlins, Reinhold became a prominent actor in the 1980s and 1990s, with notable roles in Beverly Hills Cop, Fast Times at Ridgemont High, and Ruthless People. Known for his comedic timing, he often played characters who were awkward yet lovable. Born in Wilmington, Delaware, Reinhold is married to Amanda Hogan, and they have one daughter, Emma. Despite his successful acting career, he has kept a relatively low profile in recent years, focusing on his personal life. Now 66, he continues to appear in films and television, occasionally making appearances in smaller roles or independent projects. Francis Lee McCain as Lynn Peltzer. At 40, Francis Lee McCain brought strength and warmth to the role of Lynn Peltzer, Billy's brave mother in Gremlins. Her character stood out in one of the film's most intense scenes, where she fiercely defends her home from the mischievous Gremlins. McCain's ability to balance nurturing care with fearless action made her performance unforgettable. After Gremlins, she appeared in several well-known films, including Footloose, Back to the Future, Scream, and Patch Adams, and became a familiar face in television. In 2000, she earned a master's degree in psychology, showing a strong commitment to education and personal development. Alongside her on-screen work, she built a respected career in theater, especially in the San Francisco Bay Area. She later moved to Albuquerque, New Mexico in 2010, where she became active in the local arts community. Never married and with no children, McCain has lived a deeply creative life. Now 81, she remains dedicated to storytelling through stage and screen, inspiring both audiences and fellow performers.